Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and today's video is a little group collab with three of my good friends, Cheryl from Cheryl Infinity, Ashley from Outrage and Grace, and Tracey from Lilith Luna. And of course, I'll have links to their channels in my description box. They are amazing creators and really awesome people, and I really enjoy all three of them as people, as friends, and also as content creators. And Tracey reached out to me a while back and said, I'm thinking about putting a little group collab together. Would you like to join in? And I was like, absolutely. Or maybe they'd already put the group collab together and just asked if I'd like to join in. And I was like, absolutely. So I got pulled into a group chat on Instagram, and it's been so much fun getting to know Cheryl and Ashley better. I've been subscribed to their channel and, following them on Instagram, but I get really behind on people's content. I feel awful about that. I really do. But lately, I've gotten a lot better about keeping more up to speed with Cheryl and Ashley and Tracey's content as well. And if you guys are not yet subscribed to their channels, I highly recommend going and subscribing. I think you guys are really going to like these people because they are just awesome. So we talked about different things that we could do for this collab, and we came up with like a shop my stash type video, like putting a full face of makeup on. I don't know that everyone in this collab is going to be doing that. I think maybe a couple people just stuck to putting the eye look together, but whatever people want to do for this collab was totally fine. Nothing was off limits necessarily, but I am going to be doing a full face of makeup today, or I think, yeah, pretty much full face of makeup today. I might not show every single step, but the majority of my steps I'm going to show you today. Now, we are all using the same eyeshadow palette, and this is one I recently picked up off the Glamlite website, and this is the Rick and Morty palette. Now, I saw this be released. I thought it was beautiful, but I thought, oh, I don't know that I want to get that. Well, then I saw people using it. I saw the looks being created with this palette, and I was like, oh, and I'm a huge fan of this brand anyway. I did think actually about just duping this palette, like doing another no makeup and chill video where I would dupe this whole color story, because I would say I probably have most of these shadows in my collection already, or most of these tones. But honestly, after having the palette here in person and looking at like the different shifts in the shimmer shades, I don't know that I have the shimmer shades in my collection already. I really don't. There's a few of these in here that are very unique to my collection. And I think this is absolutely beautiful. There's so many beautiful options in here. And I will be doing like a 2 or 3 looks video with this palette down the road as well, because I just think it's awesome and I cannot wait to play with it. I can't wait to see what everyone else is doing with this palette. It's going to be super fun. So what I'll do is I'll just do one eye on camera, go off camera, do my other eye, and I'll put the rest of my face stuff on. And I have stuff laid out here that I'm going to be putting on my face, of course, that I'll show you and talk to you about as I apply them. So I do have both brows done, and I do have this eyelid primed in the Milani eyeshadow base, the Milani eyeshadow primer long wear eyeshadow base. Yes. And I'm loving this. Jan Van suggested that I get this, and I love it. It's awesome. My P. Louise is bye-bye. Okay, so I've been looking at this palette and looking at this palette, trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with it today. And I'm thinking of like, I always want to gravitate towards the greens, and I'm trying not to do that. So I'm thinking like pinks and purples and blues, maybe. I thought that would be kind of fun. So I think what I'll do is start off by putting this shade right here in my transition area. I'm going to add this shade into this shade, I think. Maybe that shade too. And then for the shimmer shades, I really want to use like these 3, I think. Maybe even pop some of that in here, or that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, but for sure starting off with that shade, putting it in my transition area. I know that like shop my stash videos are usually using products that you've had in your stash for a while, but most of the things I'm going to be using in this video today are things I have just picked up pretty recently. Like I've had some of this stuff in my collection for a little while, but not a super long time. So maybe I am cheating a little bit by using newer to me products. None of these products, though, are new out on the market. They're just new to me in my collection. So if that's kind of going against the grain of a shop my stash, I'm not going to apologize for it. But just go with me here, right? Just go with me. We can do it. I do think, however, that I will be doing a video like a no makeup and chill where I dupe out the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air palette that just came out. I almost got that. I was like, because I love that show. I grew up watching that show, of course. But then I was like, you don't need it. You have those colors elsewhere. So I think I will do a video where I'm duping that palette for sure. Okay, I think that looks really good. I love the shade and I felt like, you know, the pigmentation's really nice. Awesome. So one shade down, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So now I think what I'll do is go into this shade right here and just add a little bit of lightness to the outer edge there. But I was really honored to be asked to join into this group collab because I really enjoy my 3 collab partners' content. They're really fun. They use really fun makeup products. They do really cool and fun things in their videos. Cheryl actually, not long ago, uploaded a video where she went to TJ Maxx, and that was really cool. I love those types of videos. And I just wish that every TJ Maxx was the same because she found so much cool stuff at her TJ Maxx and mine sucks. So that was really fun. I recently watched a video of Ashley's too that was really fun to watch. She created a beautiful makeup look and just very chill, you know, chatting about lots of different things and then also asking her subscribers and viewers like, what do you guys want to see on my channel? Like asking them questions, kind of like a Q&A in reverse, which I thought was really cool. I just watched Tracey's, one of her most recent videos where she was using the Smoke Sessions 2 palette, I think, from Melt. I don't always remember the titles of palettes, but I'm pretty sure. She did a collab with her daughter, which was super cool. And Tracey's daughter's awesome. So I will also link her channel in my description box too, if you guys want to go check out her channel. Her channel name, I think, is Amelia X. Is that right? I think. But really, really a fun channel. I'm digging it, man. I was like, awesome. So yeah, I would love for my daughter to start a YouTube channel. That'd be so cool. We could do collabs together. But she's up to her eyeballs in raising a 2-year-old, so she probably won't be starting a YouTube channel anytime soon. Okay, I think that looks really nice. So now I want to kind of deepen up the crease a little bit, but not go too deep right away. So I'm going to go into this shade right here and put that in my crease area. And I might have to go get my phone charger because I can't remember how much charge my phone had that I'm filming on. So I might have to do that. I'll just probably go do that when I go off camera to do my other eyelid. Yeah, charge it a little bit. That's always been like my biggest fear, is that I'm going to be right in the middle of doing this and my phone's going to like cut. I mean, it charges up again pretty quickly, but still, I always try to have my phone completely charged to 100% when I sit down to film. So anyway, I got through the weekend great. I mean, I spent most of it sleeping, which was wonderful. I needed to sleep because I tend to stay up too late and I don't sleep the best, which I know I've already mentioned that before in other videos. But I tend to lots of times on the weekends spend it sleeping, which I don't really want to do that because I'd like to go and do some fun stuff with my husband. And, you know, we do that. You know, we do fun stuff on occasion, but a lot of times we're just too damn tired to do much of anything. We did go down and visit my grandson and my daughter and her husband, of course, a couple weekends ago, which was wonderful. We had a wonderful time. Mommy and Daddy went out to dinner so that we could keep baby, and it was amazing. We had so much fun with him. You know, he's 2 now, so he's very active, very mobile, very busy. You know, just the busiest 2-year-old I've ever seen in my life. So it's just really a fun thing to spend time. I mean, it's always been fun to spend time with them. But, you know, as they age and get a little bit more, I don't know, just interactive and stuff, it's really cool. Really, really fun. And he loves puzzles. He is a puzzle fanatic, and he's really good at them too. And he's still not really talking much. He is going to be going to speech therapy in the next little bit here. But, you know, you can say, hey, pick up the blue puzzle piece, and he can pick it up. You know, he knows, I mean, he hears very well and understands very well. He just really isn't into talking. I'm going to go back in with this brush, nothing additional on it, and just kind of go around and make sure that's a little bit better blended in there. But, and of course, you know, that's made my daughter super worried about him. And I just told her, like, everybody's different. Everybody does things differently. And my son didn't talk until he was well over 3. And Sydney started talking when she was like 9 months old. She could say like 10 words at that point. I was like, wow. So of course I was nervous too when Braden wasn't talking until he was over 3. But, you know, it all worked out just fine. Now he talks all the time. So I'm sure the same thing will happen with my grandson. He'll be just fine. Okay, I really like how those shades all melded together. So now to deepen up the out of V, that's nice too, but that's a little bit too light purple. I'm gonna go into this shade. I'm just gonna stick with my guns and go into that shade. There aren't any shade names on the palette. The plastic sleeve has like numbers, like each shade is numbered from like, you know, 1 to whatever across this way. But I don't know what I did with that. I think it might be down on the floor somewhere. I usually get rid of those. I know some people are so good about keeping the outer packaging and the plastic sleeves and all that stuff. And I don't know, man. I just get rid of that stuff. I probably shouldn't. I'm sure it would keep the palette better if I kept all that stuff. I mean, there's a reason why it's in the palette, but I just toss it. What do you guys do? Do you keep the outer packaging and the plastic sheets, sleeves, whatever? Or do you get rid of them? I'd like to know what you do, because I just toss them. Or what I will do often is I will have the plastic sheet laying on the floor in here, and I'll come in either with my socked feet or bare feet and step on it and then slide halfway across the room and almost crash into this desk. And oh, I am the biggest klutz. The biggest klutz. I have fallen so many times in my life. It's not even funny. I have done a whole video about that before, my little falls I've had. Some of them have been not so little. I mean, I haven't broken anything, but I've like pulled my groin, and yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. Let me go back around with this brush. That's a really nice purple matte. Very nice. Nothing is patchy. Everything is very nicely pigmented, blending well. Yeah, I like this. I like this palette a lot. Okay, so now for the shimmers. That one's really nice too. Should I go into that one? I think I am going to go into the shade right here. It's kind of like a purpley blue, maybe even some green in there too. That shade, and then I'm going to go into, or I don't know. Yes, I'm going to go into this shade, and that shade. I was going to pop that one in, but I think I'm just going to go doot. Okay, and this shade down here, the one at the bottom, it's shimmery, but I would say it's maybe more of a satin consistency type shade, you know, I'm thinking. We shall see once I apply it. Okay, here we go. Ooh, yeah, that's really nice. I don't really see green now. Well, teal maybe. Yeah, there's some teal in it. It's like purple and blue and teal. Yeah, that is lovely. And I love the Refer O2 brush to apply shimmers. Oh, it's such a good brush. I love this. I'm so grateful that Jan sent me these because they are just amazing. Just really easy to apply shimmers with this brush, you know, and it like stays where you put it. Sometimes when I put shimmers on my lid, I blow them up way too soon. And this brush doesn't really allow me to do that, which I really appreciate about it. Just to give you maybe some updates about stuff I've talked about in recent videos. Let me get that hair off me. And I do have some fallout, but that's fine. I'll clean it up. My son ended up not getting the dog because she got adopted, which kind of sucked. He was pretty bummed about that. But, you know, it just wasn't meant to be. There is another dog that they're really wanting to get, and her name is Bella. And I cannot remember what kind of dog she is. And he hasn't sent me pictures of her yet, but they're hoping that she does not get adopted by the time they move. They have found a place to live they're going to be moving to, so that's really exciting. I think what I'll do is just clean this brush off. Where are my color switches? I moved some stuff around so I'd have more room on my desk, and then I can't remember where I moved stuff to. That's always fun. So now I'm going to go into this shade right here. That looks so beautiful. It's kind of like purpley and magenta looking. So I said this already. They did find a place to live. They're super excited. They move, oh gosh, when are they moving? Like mid-June. And his girlfriend's family is taking he and his girlfriend and her brother and sister, I'm pretty sure, to Hawaii for their graduation present. Like, can I go? I fit in a suitcase. I'll be real quiet. Oh, I'm so excited. I've never been to Hawaii before, so I'm super excited for them. It's going to be so fun. Oh, man. So I told him you got to take tons of pictures, and if you can, like FaceTime me or at least take videos and send them to me too, because how beautiful. And I'm really just excited for him to have that experience, you know. I wish I made the kind of money where I could take them to Hawaii too, but you know, it's okay. They can go with her family. It'll be really fun. I tend to get a little bit like insecure about that. I'm like, well, I can't do that, and I'm like, well, you just can't do that, and it's okay. It's okay that he does it with someone else. But I wish I could provide that same type of thing for my kids. You know, I just never have been able to afford that. Okay, so that looks gorgeous. Now I'm going to go into this beautiful light pink shade and put that towards the front. I'm going to use a little bit of a smaller brush. Ooh, this shade is pretty smushy. It's got one of those like real smushy, almost like putty consistency. And sometimes those don't always adhere to a brush very well, so I might have to use my finger. We'll see. Okay. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. Oh yeah, I love this. This is a beautiful color combination. Wowza. Yeah, that's really fun. I like it. Oh, I love it. It's gorgeous. And actually that shade's sticking to the brush pretty dang good, so that's nice. I was not sure it was gonna stick to the brush, but it is. So yeah, he starts his job the first part of July, my son does. And so, you know, they have plenty of time to get moved and get everything all set up and have some breathing time until his job starts, which I'm glad for because, you know, he's been in school for 4 years and doing a lot. And he's also worked, you know, he's been working at like a sporting goods store. And, you know, I mean, yes, I want him to obviously continue to work, and he's going to, but I also think it's nice I'm glad he's able to have a little bit of time off. He's done a really good job saving his money so that he could do that for a little bit, just take some time off and just breathe for a little bit before his job starts. So I'm really excited for him. And I think I'm just gonna take my finger and kind of just smush it right there. But I really like the color combination of the shimmers and with the mattes. It's beautiful. So now I'm going to go back into the shade here and just put a little bit of that towards the outer V, and then I'll be done and I'll go and do my other eye off camera. And I'm thinking I might even want to deepen this up just a little bit more. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I'm going to go into the shade, or actually, should I go into the black matte? I think actually, well, that's not, is that black? No, it's like dark green. I don't want to do that. Let's just go into this shade here. I think this might provide a little bit more depth. It might just be a little bit more bright. Oh no, I like that. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, it is a little brighter, but I think it's, looks nicer with the shimmer shade. You know, like it's kind of melding in with that shimmer shade a little bit better than that other purple matte was. I love this. It's gorgeous. So what I'll do, of course, is go do my other eyelid and then clean this stuff up too. Voila! The other eyelid is done, and I did prime my face with the Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless Primer that I was using in my Def Leppard panning project. I just am continuing to use it because I love this. This is such an awesome primer. I love it. So now for my foundation. I was going to use my Wicked Sisters foundation, but I think I'll use that with the palette, right? The Wicked Sisters palette that I picked up, the New Wave collection palette. That to me makes more sense. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a combination of two things. They're both the same product. This is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. Now this I picked up off of the Amazon website, and it's way too light for me. So I grabbed this darker shade at the drugstore at Walgreens. And so I thought, let's mix these two together. And I haven't used these yet. The reason why I know this is too light for me is because I swatched it on my face and I was like, no. God, I'm so horrible about that, you guys. So horrible about picking the wrong foundation shades. I'm just gonna pump a little bit on the back of my hand here. I don't like the way this pump is upside down though, because, oh, hello. Huh. Is this broken? I think it was broken. It pumped out earlier, or like, I don't know, a few days ago on my face when I swatched it. I just didn't put a whole, oh, there we go. Okay. Takes rocket science to, oh, the other one pumped out much easier. Okay, so then I'm just gonna kind of mix these together so it's, you know, more my skin tone here. And then just blop this on my face. And I know I probably put way too much on my face, but this is just how I apply foundation to my face. You know, I know people sometimes will get real growly about how people apply certain products, and I, you know, whatever. It's just, I just want to get it on my face. That's it. Okay, and then I basically just take the sponge and I wipe off the excess off the back of my hand, and I just start smushing it on my face. And honestly, I probably could have gone even a little bit darker. I did get some sun when we went down to visit my daughter. Where she lives, it's very sunny most of the time. And it was pretty hot when we were there. And so my husband and I and family, all of us, spent time outside. And my skin is so sun-starved that the minute I get outside, my skin just like, you know, just soaks it in. So I did get a little bit of color on my face, a little tan. Well, I don't know if I would say tan, just not as neon white as I once was. So, and I think I kind of forget that, obviously. So this might be a little too light for me, but I think as it settles on my face, kind of oxidizes a little bit, I think it'll be okay. I hope. If not, maybe I can go over again with the darker shade. But yeah, I couldn't believe that because I was looking on Amazon. That actually, I think it was on sale. I'm pretty sure it was on sale. And so it cues me and says, hey, you were looking at this product once upon a time and it's on sale now. Do you want to get it? And I was like, oh yeah, okay. So of course, you know, I go look at the shades that they offer and I'm thinking, okay, like normally I'm, you know, I have like a kind of a golden undertone to my skin, kind of a neutral undertone too. My daughter helped me figure that out a long time ago. And so I was thinking, okay, this shade right here looks like it'll be perfect for me. And I get it and I'm like, no. So when I went to Walgreens, I just passed by the makeup section and I'm like, oh, they have the e.l.f. CC camo cream, and I thought, I wonder if they have a little bit of a darker shade that I can mix in with that lighter shade. And yeah, I mean, I like the consistency of it. It's nice. It's just a little too light for me, I would say, I guess. I don't know. Keep going here and we'll see what I can do. My nose looks a little funky, but I've been noticing that lately, that a lot of times with foundations, my nose looks kind of strange. And once I powder it, it usually looks fine. So hopefully the powder will save the day here. Yeah, I mean, I do like it. I think it's really pretty. Like, it looks pretty skin-like. You know, I still think it's a little too light. And my nose is looking a little funky. But like I said, with some powder, I'm hoping it'll work better or look better. So now I'm going to use my concealer. And this is the IRL Filter Finish in C1 Soft Matte Concealer that I got from Revolution Beauty. And I have used this a few times, 3 or 4 times, and I like it. It's nice. You know, I'm just noticing that, like, the fine lines and wrinkles that are underneath my eyes, I don't know, things just get a little subtly down there now. So I have to kind of like really pay attention to that and like smooth it out a lot more than I wish I had to. You know, that's why I primarily, for my concealer, I use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, because it's so lightweight. This is, I mean, it's pretty lightweight, I guess. It's just maybe a little bit more subtly in my fine lines and wrinkles than the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser, whatever the heck. If I could keep the name of things straight in my mind, that would be great. But it is a nice concealer. It's just, like I said, I just have to spend some time really like smoothing it out because it really gets in, like, can you see how it's really getting in my little fine lines and wrinkles here? So I just have to kind of keep smoothing it out. And, you know, I have heard people talking about as they age and their, skin gets a little bit more wrinkly down here, that they stop using concealer, and also that they use more powder, like, or not powder, well, yeah, like a powder foundation, because the liquid foundation just gets to be too subtly and the powder isn't as much. I don't know. If you guys have any recommendations of maybe if you have more mature skin and, more fine lines and wrinkles than you used to have, how do you combat that? Like, what do you use? I would love to know. But it's a nice shade. I mean, it's a pretty shade, and I think it does a nice job of like brightening that area, which is what I always going for, because I get a little, not, I want to say dark circles necessarily, but I think my eyes are kind of like recessed maybe a little bit right there. So I like to brighten it up. I just think it looks pretty on me. Okay, so I'm not going to powder yet because I'm going to be using some cream products today. I'm going to be using my cream bronzer from Revolution Beauty, and this is the Ultra Cream Bronzer in Light. So I'm excited. Now, I haven't used this yet, but I did blomp a brush in there and just kind of patted it around on the back of my hand just to see what I thought of the consistency, and I think I'm going to like this a lot. I really do. Okay, so what I want to do though is kind of go in light-handed, because what I'm afraid of is I'm going to put way too much on here and it's going to be a mess to clean up, or not clean up, but like manipulate. So I'm just going to put a little teeny tiny bit here on my face to begin with, and then we'll see what I think of it. But I've heard wonderful things about this bronzer. This is the bronzer that Steph loves. Not your basic Steph, my bestie and my sister. She loves this, and she was raving about this, has raved about it multiple times on her channel. And I was like, and just, when she and I have been talking. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. Yeah, it's nice. It's a pretty color. I mean, I think it's a good shade for me. Pretty warm toned, but I do like it. I mean, I like warm toned bronzers. I'm just going to take my sponge and just kind of go around that, because I don't know. I just have I'm afraid it's just going to get a little too much for me. And then I'm going to be like, if you guys have watched any of my older videos, I went through a period of time where I just went all in with bronzer, like especially around my nose. There was a couple videos I did. One in particular that I can remember was a collab with Tina H, Beautiful Journey. Oh, poor Tina. I mean, not that my bronzer application had any reflection on her, but I just was like, oh, I mean, I just went bonkers with the bronzer on my nose. I don't do that anymore. I just leave my nose alone. I don't put bronzer on my nose at all anymore, just because you would not have believed. I mean, it looked like I had literally taken my face and gone out and rolled around in my front yard, just with my face, just with my nose. I was like, what the hell am I doing? I'm not sure about the foundation, you guys. I don't know what I think of it now. It just, all my pores are just like coming through it. And I feel like with this primer, usually that kind of like cuts that. Maybe the two of those just don't work well, the primer and the foundations. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm going to go and just kind of put a little bit of this up around my forehead up here too. Not a ton, just a little. But yeah, this is nice. I like the cream bronzer a lot. It's really easy to apply. I feel like, I just want to make sure that I don't go too ham, of course. But no, I like it. It's pretty. It's a pretty shade too. I think it works well with my skin tone and stuff. But I don't know that I like the CC cream. I don't know. I mean, I like to use something more than once before I just decide I don't like it. But I don't know. Just looks funky. I can really see my pores through it, and that's not something I usually want, is to have my pores just come flying through the foundation. I usually like to have those look a little calmer. I really like the cream bronzer though. This is really nice. I like it a lot. It's really pretty. And I think I will also go like around my jawline just a little bit. Oops, I have a fuzz. Just a little bit here. Also, just to give you guys a little update on my husband after his shoulder and arm surgery, his tendon surgery, and his rotator cuff surgery. He's doing really good, really good. He's still on light duty at work, but not as light duty as he once was. Like, what in the heck? Yeah, I don't know about this foundation, you guys. I don't know. I'm going to use it again, use it a few times maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, mm-mm. The next time I use it, I think I'm going to try it without that primer. Maybe it was the primer combo with the foundation, but yeah, it does not look that great on me. The powder's going to have to save me here. Okay, now I'm going to use a cream blush. I'm going to use or a liquid blush from Revolution Beauty, and this is the Super Dewy Blush, and this is in You Got Me Blushin', I think. Yeah, You Got Me Blushin', and I just thought this color would look really pretty. Now, it may not be pink enough to go with the eye look, but I'm using it. Okay, I'm just going to use it. And what I think I'll do is put a little bit of this on the back of my hand, just a teeny little blob there. Again, I'm a little nervous about this too. And I'm going to go in with my Freddy Krueger brush here and just kind of, you know, blot it onto the brush. And I could be wasting product, and if I am, and then just blot this onto my cheek here and see what we think. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Ooh, it's got a nice kind of sweet scent to it, like maybe a little florally. Ooh, that is really pretty. Oh yeah, I like that. That is really pretty. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. And I do think it looks nice with the eyeshadows. Yeah, okay, cool. I wasn't sure. Because I got this shade and a darker shade, and I thought, well, maybe the darker shade would look better. And I was like, yeah, but that's more like brownish red or brownish pink. And I didn't think it would go well at all with this. But then I was like, is this one gonna go well with this too? I don't know. But I do, I like it. I think it's really pretty. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna apply just a little bit more to the back of my hand and do my other cheek. You guys, I really do like cream blushes. I forget that I like them so much because I have a few in my collection that I've used, and they're nice, really nice. Especially this one, this is gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, it does look a little much right now because I'm gonna powder over the top of this. And I know that you can put cream or liquid products over powder. It's just I've done that before and it didn't turn out the greatest. So I just like to put this down first and then powder it. Plus it kind of cuts the of the blush. This is pretty bright right now, or bold. I guess bright may not be the right word. Ugh. Hello, brain. Can you work today? Thank you. That'd be wonderful. So anyway, back to my husband. So yes, he is working on light duty still, but with each appointment, when he goes back to his surgeon, they kind of like up his weight restriction. Like it started off, it was at, oh, is that a hair? Yep. Started off as 1 pound, then it was 3 pounds. I think now he's up to 10. Is that right? So, that's great. His shoulder does get a little sore, but nothing major, just a little bit sore. And I'm going to take my sponge and just kind of go around this to kind of chill that out just a hair. I really like the cream bronzer. Love the cream or the liquid blush, whatever, liquid cream. I don't know. It's really pretty. Really like it a lot. I'm just trying to make sure I got enough on both sides, so one's not more than the other. But I think I did pretty good there. Yeah. I do not like the foundation. I don't like it. So I'm going to go off camera and powder and I'll come back. So I'm back, of course, and I did do a couple of things off camera just to kind of save some time here. I did powder my face. I used the CoverGirl Clean Professional Translucent Loose Powder in 105. And I do think it made it look a little bit, look at the fuzz right here, a little bit better, but not a ton. Like I'm just not thrilled with how the foundation looks. My pores are very evident and like it's just really settling in my lines and I don't know. I will continue to use it. I'll use it a couple more times before I just completely give up on it. But first impressions aren't that great of the CC Camo CC cream from e.l.f. I don't know. I also did do my lower lash lines. I used a combination of this shade here and this shade here on my lower lash lines, those two. Really liked it. Really like it a lot. And then I'm still trying to debate on which shade to put in my inner corner out of the palette. And then I also lined my upper lids with the Iconic Flick ink felt liner from Revolution Beauty too. I was going to do that on camera, but I can't really talk and do that often. Sometimes I can. Sometimes I can talk and do my eyeliner at the same time, but often I cannot. So now I'm going to be using this beautiful lip shade from Wicked Sisters Cosmetics. And this is in the shade, what is this again? Wicked Witch. I cannot wait to get this on my lips. I think it's such a beautiful purple. I don't have this type of purple lip shade in my collection, and I'm just super stoked to try it. So let's do this. Now, I don't like to talk and put my lipstick on at the same time because I just don't. So if this is boring because I'm not going to be talking a lot, you can just zip through this. Okay. I like it. It's not as opaque as I thought it was going to be, but let's keep building this up. I think it will be. I just need to, yeah, there we go. I just need to have more on the wand. And I just said I wasn't going to talk and put on my lipstick at the same time. Ooh, yeah, I love this color. How fun. I don't have anything close to this in my collection until now. I think the big biff, the big error here is that I forgot to take off this gloss. I always put this on my lips when I sit down to film so my lips don't look so chapped. This is the Willy Wonka gloss from Revolution Beauty. And if I had taken it off, remembered to do that, I completely forgot I had it on my lips and just put this on without that being on my lips, it would have gone on a lot smoother. It's just, you know, it was kind of fighting against the gloss. So I just put a couple coats of this on and I really like it. I think it's really pretty, really a neat shade. And I do like the formulation just without the gloss. So what I'll do now is I'll go off camera and put on my mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effects Mascara. Figure out which shade out of the palette I'm going to put in my inner corners, dry my hair, I'll come back. So my look is finally complete, and I just wanted to talk about a handful of things I use for this look. Not every product that I use for this look, just like the highlights and then the lowlights of a couple things I wasn't super thrilled with. So let's start off with the eyeshadow palette. Oh, Rick and Morty from Glamlite. I love this. I'm so glad I picked this up. I know I only used, what, 5 or 6 shades out of the palette for this look today. I need to use all the shades, of course. But I'm really impressed with the shades that I put together, the mattes and the shimmers. I ended up going with this shade right here in my inner corners. I debated on this shade or this shade, and I just went ahead and used that one. And I love it. It's beautiful, like a really pretty kind of like pink and lavender and light blue shifty stuff going on. And these two shimmers were absolutely gorgeous. This is a lovely satin shade. And then the mattes that I used, these, well, all these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shades actually. So that's pretty cool. 9 shades in this look. Love how the look turned out. The mattes were blendable and pigmented, and the shimmers are just stunning. I cannot wait to play with this again. I'll definitely do a 2 or 3 looks video with this, absolutely. Really like the cream bronzer. I kind of toned it down a little bit, maybe too much with the powder and stuff and like the sponge, because I just did not want to go too over the top with this. I just didn't want to do that. I can open it, but really like the consistency. I think the shade is beautiful for me. You know, cannot wait to use this again. And I absolutely love the liquid blush. This is so beautiful. Super dewy from Revolution Beauty in the shade You Got Me Blushing, right? Is that right? Let me just make sure that that's what that is. Yeah, You Got Me Blushing. It's just absolutely stunning. I kind of toned it down a little bit too much too, maybe with the powder and the sponge and stuff. But again, just wanting to, oops, almost dropped that. Just wanting to make sure that I didn't go over the top with it because I have a tendency to do that. The things I didn't love, I'm still kind of on the fence about this liquid lipstick. I do think, obviously, I kind of gave it a unfair shot today by having the gloss on, excuse me, having the gloss on my lips first. But I don't know. I'm just going to keep playing with it. Try it again without the gloss and not having to layer it 15 times to make it, to get it to its full opacity because of the gloss being down first. But I do love the color. I think it's beautiful. I'm still not real sure about how I feel about this concealer. It just settles really badly in my fine lines and wrinkles. I don't know. I've used it a handful of times now, and I don't know, I might give this to my daughter because I think this shade would work for her, and she does not have really any fine lines and wrinkles around her eyes, and that's really the only place I put concealer now. Sometimes I'll put it on, you know, like my T-zone and my chin, or, well, I guess that's your T-zone. I don't know. I'll put it on other places on my face other than just under my eyes, but, and I'm telling you, I am not a fan of this product, the Camo CC Cream from e.l.f. I don't know. I'm going to try it again without using this primer. But usually this primer works really well with anything that I use it underneath. It just, my pores are just shining through the product, and my nose was super patchy, my chin and my upper lip, I don't know, my forehead. I'm just not a huge fan of this, but I want to use it again. I think you need to use a product more than once before you just decide you hate it. But yeah, definitely can tell like the products I love versus the products I don't love necessarily. Let me know if you have any of these products, what you think of them in the comment section. Please go to all of my collab partners channels, Cheryl, Ashley, and Tracey's, and subscribe if you haven't yet already, and show them a ton of love. They are so fun, so beautiful, so creative, so talented, and just really awesome people. And I'm very blessed to have taken part in this collab with them. I'm very blessed to call them my friends, and hopefully we can do this again sometime. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and I'll see you soon. Bye!
Drop it.